What's up, YouTube? Back again like a weird little virus that keeps popping up. I'm that snot in the back of your nose that you think was gone, but then came back like 2 weeks later. Nah, you're still sick with me! Hi, everybody. I'm HimReccoMTG. If you're new to my channel, a couple years ago I started posting to YouTube, and I kind of fell off, just like lost interest in it. But I'm back at it, kind of interested again. I play a lot of Legacy and a decent amount of Pioneer. Those are my two favorite formats right now. On Twitch, HimReccoMTG, I play a little bit of Draft as well. But today we're going to be throwing in some Legacy, if the title of the video wasn't clue enough for you. Yeah, with my channel you can expect a lot of black decks. We like that color. Best color in Magic. Don't tell anybody else. So let's get into the deck tech. So today we are going to be playing some Mono Black Helm Combo. Originally I had spotted this list out on Thraben. If you're not a follower of Thraben, throw them a follow. They are a great Legacy content creator, all-around charming fellow. But I'm playing now, and I've made a few changes, only like 3 changes to the list since I believe this deck was last live on my channel, or anyone's rather. And that is, I wanted to throw in some Passageway Seers. The initiative cards have been very, very strong throughout all the format. They're kind of just blowing Legacy out of the water. And in paper, I've been testing Ravenloft Adventurer, and have been very much liking it. Like, very much liking it. That 4 toughness is huge in so many accounts. But it's not on MTGO. They have not done that yet. They gave White all of their goodies, but they just don't give us all of our goodies. Where's Ravenloft? We want Ravenloft. So, to supplement that, we're going to have to play Passageway Seer. Now, Passageway Seer, by all marks, is not bad. It's not awful. So 4 mana, it's a 2/2 with lifelink, gives you the initiative. Whoops. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So no matter what, unless they have a stifle effect, when Passageway Seer comes into play, it's going to end the turn as a 3/3. Bolt range. But if you can make it 1 extra turn and get it to 4 toughness, then we're cooking. And then we have a fine lifelinker and just a simple way to get the initiative. So that was one change. And then the second change is I put in a Torpor Orb. Where are we at? Oh, right. I put in a Torpor Orb into the sideboard. You can see the action live. Get out of my deck, Sorceress Spyglass! Remove! We put in a Torpor Orb to kind of hedge a little bit against the initiative decks. Yes, it doesn't work like with our Passageway Seers. But in the initiative decks, I also bring in Plague Engineers just to have death-touching blockers for their ginormous pieces. So Passageway Seer will come out whenever Torpor Orb comes in. Ooh, so let's put Torpor Orb in the deck. So that was the other change that I made. I believe I went down a Sorcerer Spyglass, as you could see there. But without those changes, the deck is pretty much the same. And if you're new and you don't know what this deck does, let me explain it to you. It's very simple. We are a Helm of Obedience deck. It's a lot of text, old cards. Essentially what it says is you mill your opponent until a creature hits their graveyard. Don't worry about the X, it's irrelevant. You're basically always going to be paying 1. But you could, if you don't have the second combo piece, pay as much as you want into it and just mill that many cards or until you hit a creature. And then you get to put that creature into play under your control. So you can kind of steal a creature from your opponent. But we're not going to try to do that, because we're going to play with the text of the card by playing Dauthi Voidwalkers and Leyline of the Voids, which just make it so our opponent's graveyard, or anything that would be sent there rather, is exiled instead. Meaning, we will never hit a creature in the graveyard. We will never put X cards in our opponent's graveyard. So they will just mill their entire deck out, because Helm will keep looking and keep putting cards off the top until one hits in the graveyard. Did it hit? Did it hit? Did it hit? No. So it mills your opponent entirely out. There's also a lot of graveyard decks that have just straight relevance, and so Dauthi Voidwalker is pretty nice with that. I've been seeing a lot more Emrakuls, and that's also pretty good with Dauthi Voidwalker, because we're playing Thoughtseizes. And if you've never Thoughtseized an Emrakul out of your opponent's hand and then sacrificed your Dauthi Voidwalker to give him the smack back, oh man, you're not living yet. You're not living yet. Beyond those combo pieces, we just have a little bit of a ramp package with Chromox and Dark Ritual. Some of these lists are forming more towards Stompy and playing Chalice of the Voids and Trinispheres of the such. But nah, we're all in. We're all in. You can do your stuff. I can do my stuff. Your stuff just can't involve the graveyard. Let's play some Magic, essentially. And then we have 2 Turok Dread Canter, mostly because this card is just bonkers good against the initiative. It just keeps blocking for days, and then you can help push in the last few damage if we're on the aggro. But Turok is pretty cool. And then Opposition Agent to hedge off against different search decks. It's just seemingly fine. Very good against all of the Dark Depths decks that are running around right now to try and smack both Delver and the initiative decks. So Opposition Agent just in there is a good creature. Rotting Regisaur as just the biggest, beefiest, honkest chonkus that we can put into play on turn 1 off of a Dark Ritual. Because a turn 1 7/6 turns out is pretty good. Not a lot of decks can deal with it, if you're not a white deck at least. And it's super good against Delver, because what are they going to do, spend 2 bolts on it? Shit. And then finally, we already talked about the Passageway Seers, we have Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Just another house against a lot of the meta, because Legacy is just built around Brainstorm and Ponder. Sheoldred just shuts all of those decks down. Like, you want to take 6 life? By all means, do it. We can just go the aggressive way. Bunch of basic swamps, split between snow swamps and regular swamps for Predict. Hasn't come up yet, but you know, why not? You know, prepare in case. 3 City Traders, 4 Ancient Tombs as our soul lands to help us put out a 3-drop, if not a 4-drop on turn 1. Urborgs to fix ourselves a little bit, because Turok does want black, black, black if you're going to try and kick it. And so turning our Ancient Tombs or City Traders into a swamp can be pretty valuable, especially if our life total is a little low and we don't want to tap Ancient Tomb, but we still need the mana. Sideboard-wise, we got 3 Plague Engineers against the tribal decks, or any decks that's playing creatures where a Death Toucher is good. 1 more Opposition Agent for, you know, just a choice piece whenever Opposition Agent is good. And then we have our Karn package, which I did not talk about. We are Karn deck. He's there. As an alternate way to grab another Helm of Obedience, and just a strong altogether piece. Now, one thing that this deck would really like, and maybe we can predict in the future to see, is a artifact that Karn can get that keeps cards from going into the graveyard, but when that day comes, woo, will this deck shoot up in price and value. But pieces-wise, we got Vault of Whispers, Tormod's Crypt for graveyards, Pithing Needle for pithing things, Liquid Metal Coating for if we're not anywhere near the combo, but we got a Karn out pretty quack, we can just lock our opponent out of the game, shut off their lands, destroy them. Ratchet Bomb as a catch-all, just to remove anything that might be a pressing issue. We have Torpor Orb, as stated for the initiative decks, Ensnaring Bridge to keep ourselves alive while we dig for our pieces, the combo piece helm itself, Sky Sovereign Flagship, because Collector Oof is a problem, and Sky Sovereign Flagship, or I guess 2 Plague Engineers, but we most likely won't want to be using 2 Plague Engineers on Oof when we're playing against Elves. Sky Sovereign is the only way that we can deal with that, so it's there for an alternate win condition with Karn, but it's also there because this can kill Collector Oof, so we don't get locked out of the game. Mycosymphlatus is an alternate win condition as well if creatures aren't going to do it, and then 1 Walking Ballista is just a catch-all if we have just a ton of mana. But yeah, that's an extensive deck tech. Let's get into the gameplay, waste no more time. I'll see you guys in match 1. Alright, match 1 here. Got a game against Practual. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We're on the draw. Let's look at this hand and see what we got here. This hand is interesting. We could potentially go with a turn 1 initiative play. Could also slam a Helm of Obedience into play all naked and hope we draw a land for Dauthi Voidwalkie. But that still puts us like a turn 3 activation. We could just slap a Sheoldred in play on turn 1, and I think in the blind that's probably just better. This hand is fine. It's definitely a do you have a force check. They've mulled down, so I'm going to go ahead and try this. Now, don't take this as gospel. I am a very greedy player, but turn 1 Sheoldred can go pretty far. So as long as our opponent's on a force of will, we won't just eat 3 cards out of our hand. So let's see what the play is. Come on, just like, give me your own white initiative. Pedal, Stompy deck, Stompy deck. Alright, so no force of will. Alright, we're playing against Red Stompy. Red Stompy. Red Stompy was like one of my favorite decks. I played it at a lot of large tournaments for several years. So let's see what we draw. And I think in this instance, they're only out to Helm of Obedience is if they are Yackle Hops and playing Karn, or if they have a one main board thing that deals with it. I can't remember the name of it for some reason. So in that case, we're just only a couple lands away from Dauthi Voidwalkie. Nah, I think it is Shieldred, because we could just get overran in that amount of time, and Shieldred's just a house. So let's go with that. Shieldred! Plus, they're about to draw a couple cards, so gas. Alright. We could go bingo bongo, but that's not going to matter, so... We could also take the initiative here. Ah, that might be an interesting one. I'm kind of a sucker for the initiative. Nah, it's Shieldred. Shieldred! And we'll pass the turn. Definitely a lot of different lines to take there. A lot of different lines to take there. But I'm thinking they are not going to have a good, solid answer for Shieldred here. They'd have to, like, Fury it, and I'm not going to block. I'm just going to gain this 2 life back anyway. But how about them discard triggers? You want to discard a couple cards? Take a little pingy? Wow, they choose no. They're afraid. Or their hand is really good. I mean, honestly, their hand could just be really good, and then I'm just like, oh no. Attack here is pretty face up for either granting themselves the initiative or a Fury. I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Let's go ahead and take it. We're just going to gain it right back, and I would rather keep Shieldred in play than to oops it away from our opponent pitch casting a Fury. Even if it does put them down to 1 land, this is kind of an all-in Shieldred. Simian Spirit Guide. Ooh, a hard cast Simian Spirit Guide. Nice. All right, land, so we can kind of keep this gravy trainer rolling. No, it is another Shieldred, but we'll gain a couple life. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and attack in there for 4, just keep him on the clock here. And, yeah. Can't flash in a Fury, that's for sure. Chumpy Dumpy, take 4. Chumpy Dumpy. That's fine, too. That just exceeds our own individual clock. Pass it back. See what we got. Nothing going on over here. We are just a turn 1 Shieldred deck in Legacy. Bolt time, huh? Oh, wait, no, because they blocked, they just happen to have a bolt. All right. Was not expecting bolts. That's not normally played in prison lists, so maybe this is something else? Is this Goblins that's playing Ancient Tomb? Ancient Tomb Goblins, Turbo Muxus of sorts? Gotta say, did not see that one coming. They got me. They got me indeed. Alright, playing forward. Always gotta think about them lightning bolts now. Always gotta think about them bolts. They find their way into every deck. Alright, where are we at now? Another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Alright. I would assume it's Stompy. I would assume. Alright, land. Quality magic. Quality magic. Got by a bolt. Alright, alright. I think at this part we're a little bit too far behind. I'll give myself 1 more draw. If we don't draw a land, we will just go to game 2. Mainboard Lightning Bolt. Red Elemental Blast. Okay, so this is Painter? We're playing against Painter Servant? This could be Painter Servant. 2 Lightning Bolts, so that's definitely no Chalice of the Void in the deck. Who are you? What are you doing, Practal? I must know. Alright, we'll stick it out just so we can get like some more information. See if we can just like learn something else about our opponent's deck besides Fable of the Mirror Breakers and Bolts. Show me something. Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets. I'm gonna take a ton of damage here. A life link. A Dark Ritual into a Passageway Seer could lift a lot of weight in this board. Just being able to be a good blocker that can gain us 3 life. That's like an out. As long as they like just don't do anything else besides play a bunch of bears. All of the mana in the world. Alright, show me something that's indicative of a specific deck. Fury. This is still not... What is this deck? Is this just like red mid-range things? Practual? Tell me. It's Stompy without the prison pieces. Just straight up stomp, no E. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ow, 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 ow. Now I think we're pretty much just bonked out. So I'll go ahead and concede here. So, mono red stuff. Mono red stuff. So typically in this matchups, if they are on some form of like Goblin Makers, Legion War Boss, Rabble Masters of such, Plague Engineer's pretty good. Shieldred's fine. Shieldred's fine. Red Register is also pretty good. I think Turok can come out here. They're going to empty their hand relatively fast, and just a 2-mana 2/1's not the greatest when you're like facing down potentially a bunch of 1/1 goblins, but Turok definitely comes out. And then Opposition Agent also isn't quite there, but the Ambush Viper side of Opposition Agent is still relevant. So we'll go that way. We'll take out 2 Turok and an Opposition Agent and put in Plague Engineers in their stead. Run it back. Play it again. Okay, we get to go first now. Yes, I would love to go first. Well, you know, this gives us all of the answers we need and half of the combo pieces. We could perhaps shut them down pretty early, and then we just need to find ourselves a Helm. Does need some more, like, mana. It's not the worst hand in the world, but it's not the best hand in the world. We could just turn 1 double Thoughtseize, and because of that, I'm going to keep. Especially if they're going to mulligan. Prison mulls probably about 30% more than every other normal deck that doesn't want to mull or isn't looking for anything specific. So there's a good chance they'll go down to 6 here, but you know, their hand could be just awesome, or they could be leaning on something else. Ooh, they keep their 7. All right, we'll put 1 Leyline of the Void in play. I doubt they're going to have a removal spell for it, and we want to put this other Leyline of the Void underneath this Chrome Mox. All right. Thoughtseize. All right. Okay, we're playing against Painter. We're playing against Painter. Wasn't sure, but we're playing against Painter. And our opponent has the Urza Saga Ancient Tomb start. Pretty good, pretty good. We'll take Goblin Engineer, and will we Thoughtseize again here? I don't think so. I think we can be patient. I will just go ahead and play out Chrome Mox. We can wait a little bit on their hand. There's nothing else in their hand that like needs to be taken right now. So we'll just let them draw a card and make it look nice, and we can take it. Goodbye, Leyline of the Void, and we'll pass to him. All right. We need pieces, but so do they. It's kind of cold down here. I might have to grab a coat for match 2. Chile. Wow, really? So they're not going for the Urza Saga start. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, KGC. KGC is kind of nice, kind of nice. Look at this other combo piece. So now we're just like on needing mana. So playing the Great Furnace here makes me think they drew another Goblin Engineer or 2-mana play to where they want to play that play instead of Urza Saga-ing. Unless they're like really, really wanting to Fable and Mirrorbreaker dig for their stuff. But I'll play the game. I'll play the game and Thoughtseize them here. Okay, they're just wanting to Fable the Mirrorbreaker instead of just Urza Saga out the door. We'll go ahead and take one of the Fable of the Mirrorbreakers and pass it up. Let's clean up their hand here. Ancient Tomb comes down. We get rid of that till they just played it. Urza Saga relevant to press on the button. Alright, land! I'll accept the Dark Ritual. Alright, Dark Ritual. Dark Reet. Kjorn the Great Creator. We'll take down. We'll get our combo piece. Yes. Will we get our combo piece? We could get a liquid metal coating, because there's a pretty good chance, not a great chance, because they're going to dig too deep for a lightning bolt, but we could liquid metal coating and then just cut them off of Ancient Tomb, and that might be pretty strong. Also hinders them from Urza Sagas. We do need a few more lands. If we just grab Helm of Obedience, we'll need 2 more mana sources. So I'm actually going to get myself a liquid metal coating. Liquid metal coating, pass the turn. This will almost encourage them to attack Karn, and we're going to play the They Don't Find a Bolt in the top 3 cards of their deck game. We lost to that last time, but, you know, sometimes you just got to believe. And, you know, I have unfettered optimism, so put me in my place, opponent. Put me in my place. Of course, we're also soft, something like that, kind of weird. Slightly soft to a Painter because they could play a Painter named Blue and then Red Elemental Blast our Karn. That is something they can do. So we're fading Painter and Bolt. That looks like a Painter. No! Maybe they won't see the line. Maybe they won't see the line. Alright, that smells like a blue destroy Karn coming on here. Alright. Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. We weren't, like, there to just get the combo piece and just go from there. But we'll see. If we just draw out, like, Dark Ritual, then we'll be like, we could have won. But it's pretty much the only reason. Alright. Give me some goodies. Give me some goodies. We got Painter and a Goblin Welder. Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, there's the land. Might as well play it. Liquid metal coating. Alright. We just got to get there before they do, and that means combo piece, mana source. Combo piece, mana source. I would accept taking the initiative on our next turn, because that would be a threat and a mana source at the same time. Urza Saga has entered the chat. That finds their piece, so we are on a 2-turn clock. 2-turn clock. What will it be? Mono Red Painter. In the tank. Goblin Engineer. Well, okay then. Popping off. Well, good draw. They had a good draw. They had a good draw. That finds their last piece so they can go off next turn. I don't think there's one specific draw. Okay, Karn, kind of. But does Karn even work? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, Karn doesn't even work because they just attack Karn. Karn tick up on liquid metal coating, I guess. Does keep us there. Yeah. I guess. So Karn is our only out. Rotting Reggie. Oh, that's right. Goblin Engineer can't put things in the graveyard because of Lane Line. So they just put a random Lotus Petal in the bin. I still think we're dead. I still think we are the big dead. Let's see here. They Reflections a 2/2. We block a 2/2. We take 2, 3, 4, 5. Not just there yet, but still they get a piece once Urza Saga hits 3. So 1 turn clock. I think still Karn is our only out to shut off their artifacts. And now we have a blocker. We can keep Karn alive through all of this jazz. Ooh, no attacky tax. All right, they're going to go hard for their piece. So we need Karn now. We need Karn right this second. Give me the Karn. Karn now. They have an upkeep stop set on us. Why? Karn now. Dark Ritual does not do it. We will go ahead and send to the GGs. All right, on to the next one. Okay, back for match 2 against Kululimpa. Something like that. We won the die roll, so yes, we'd love to play first. Let's see what nasty, nasty things we can do. So with this one, we can put a Leyline of the Void in play on turn 1. We can also put a Dolthy Void Walker into play on turn 1. And then we're just a couple mana sources away from comboing off. 1 land off the top means we can go ready, so we have a Dolthy ready start that's 10 damage relatively fast. This hand is okay. There's a good number of mana sources. If you go back to the deck list, 20 lands and 4 dark rituals and a bunch of chrome moxes. So the deck is swimming in mana. Opponent went down to less cards. I guess since we are going to wanting to play Dauthi Voidwalkie here on turn 1, we are going to have to throw away the Rotting Regisaur, but we are going to do that. We are going to do that. Under there, the Reggie. Alright, Dauthi Voidwalkie. Please be some Reanimator deck. You got a Liliana in there. Maybe you're playing a Touch of the Black as well. Looking for that puntage. Ooh, another Ancient Tomb deck. So many people are on Ancient Tomb decks these days. Ooh. Alright, so this is Mono Red Storm? Double Simian Spirit Guide. They got the whole hand. Nice. Alright, where's their pile? Where's their pile? Oh, here's their pile. Okay, so they got a Rite of Flame, Mox Opal, Ancient Tomb, another Relay, and a Monolith. Alright, so they can kind of keep digging again. Alright, okay. We draw a Thoughtseize. Well, that's irrelevant at this point, is it not? It would have been pretty good turn 1. Alright, attack. Bonk. That's where we are. Bonky donkeys. Now, notably, they do use their graveyard in this deck, so we are shutting off some of their lines. Yeah, they're going to have a ton of mana, that's for sure. A ton of mana. LED, yup, was their draw for turn. Grim Monolith, and then cast Mox Opal, Galvanic. During your next turn, you may play this card. Why didn't they... opponent? Why didn't you do it? Alright, well, moving right along, I guess. Maybe it was a misclick or something, I don't know. But they could have Galvanic Relayed there. They had rid mana from the Lion's Eye Diamond as well. Interesting choices. Alright. Back to them. They have all the mana in the world. They need to draw something. They're pausing in my end step. Okay, upkeep, pass the turn. Yep. Alright, 1 card in hand. Will we take a peekaboo? If this isn't a mana, we will. Squeeze! Monolith. Out of here. Attack. Keep on keeping on. Pass turn. Doot doot doodly doot. 1 dark ritual away from victory, 1 land from putting the spook. Playing Karn's also like relatively good in this matchup. I mean that's fine. Do we Thoughtseize though? I don't think so. Alright. Leave up the Opposition Agent so we have lethal on bonus turn. Let's go. Gamble. Alright. What are we gambling for? And do I get it? Echo of Eons. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. The deck does care about the graveyard. Playing against the Storm here. Because they are a gamble deck, I'm down to put Opposition Agent in. It's just kind of a nice little oopsies. I do the thingies. There is a chance for a turn 1 Turok, so I'll keep 1 in. And if it does happen, it's relatively strong. So I'm fine with that, but is it better to attack? You got to do it turn 1. If you don't do it turn 1, then Turok is just, like, useless. But to do that, we need a package involving Dark Ritual. It'd be like Swamp Mox Ritual. Something like that. So I think I'm just going to leave in just 1. Opposition Agent will be a little bit of a better piece in this situation. I don't think anything else is just like screaming, take me out. So we'll submit deck here. Wingo! We are on the draw, so got to keep that in mind. This is a turn 1 Opposition Agent, so if they were to set up some form of gamble pile, that works. Turn 2 Karn. So I'll keep this. Notably, if we draw any form of more fast mana, we get to turn 1 card. Volk, huh? Alright, here we go. Alright, relay. During their next turn, Petal, Burgie, and there's the gamble. Oh, did you say gamble? Oops. Alright, Roddy, you get under there because Douthie is a combo piece. Pass the turn. Alright. Wouldst thou liketh to gamble? I'll allow it. I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it. Yep. Opal. Okay. Sure. Fun thing is they're still going to have to discard a card, so... just got to do it in response to the gamble. Lutis Patel. Defense Grid. Each spell costs 3 more to cast, except during its controller's turn. Alright, well. You got me. Opposition Agent. No gamble for you. So, you got all the mana in the world again and no hand. That's what we like to do against the That's what I do against the mana decks. Take it. Storm, huh? What storm? I'm out there in Florida with my hair waving around. Hit me with that storm. Alright, so they aren't going to cast the Simian Spirit Guide because they'd have to lose their Lion's Eye Diamond. 0, gamble goes away. It is Burgie versus Agent. Let's go. Alright, we draw. Ooh, an Ancient Tomb, you say? I don't think there's any reason to play that. We're just going to go ahead and play a Swamp. Karn, the Greatest of Creators. We will tick down. Yes. Well, I could tick up, honestly. Hey, it doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, we can tick down there. We get like our combo piece, and then we just go piece, just get in there. We'd be 1 mana short, but we could get both Douthie and Helm in play next turn. So yeah, all right, we'll see you guys in match 3. All right, game here against Evolved 22, and we win the die roll again. Yes, I'd like to go first. Yes. And this is a turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Turok. Now, you can't tempt me. Actually, you can very easily tempt me. You're gonna let me hit him on this channel? The other variant that I have of this list is a Thoughtseize heavy, 4 Thoughtseize, some Inquisitions, some Duresses, and some Hymn to Turoks instead of the creature threats. So that's always kind of cute. All right, turn 1 Thought Squeeze. Playing against... I guess we're playing against Delver that has all of their blue stuff. You can have all of your card draw. I will take Murktide Regent. Hello Shieldred, actually. Murktide Regent, go bye-bye. All right. Cool. All right. Now what? Ponders? Yeah, Shieldred's pretty good in this situation. Pretty good. They do get to sort up here. Do they shuffle? I do not shuffle. Everyone always does. They don't shuffle against me. Their best cards are always on the top of their deck. What are you going to do about it? All right. We draw. Karn, the Great Creator. Well, that's a perfect follow-up. All right. So, did they find a Force of Will in their top 3? I think I'm going to Turok Dread Canter here. Perhaps bait out a Force of Will, maybe eat up their hand a little bit, get rid of this Wasteland before we play City Traders, and then turn 3 we can just slam Shieldred down. I think that is the right play. I mean, I could have had a Daze. Wow. That resolved super fast. Alright, we get rid of Delver. So Delver was the card they put on top, and one of their Brainstorms. So their hand is those... Plus something else? Yes, their draw for turn. Alright. Cool. 2 threats dealt with. Moving on. What are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about that? Play that Wasteland. Ponders. Sure. Valky. Sweet. All right, so they're going to Brainstorm. That time they chose to shuffle. No, we do got Urborg. Seated Traders is coming down. It's most likely going to be Wastelanded. I want to play Shield. And then if they don't Wasteland us, we can play around Days, play our card. Wow. So they're not going to Brainstorm on our turn. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Pass their turn. Draw, take a Shieldred bonk. Shieldred pretty good against Delver. Expressive Iteration. That is a way to get cards in your hand without drawing. That is a way to get cards in your hand without drawing. Alright. Sweet. Alright, we'll bring in the opposition agent here. We'll go down a Turok Dread Cantor. And that's probably it, honestly. Being able to stop them from fetching is pretty much the only reason why opposition agent is there. It just has slight getcha value. And Rotting Reggie is just super strong. So with that being said, let's go into the next game. Delver, Delver, Delver. Delver, you are last year's chocolate. This is a turn 2 opposition agent or a turn 2 Rotting Reggie, turn 3 Karn. Assuming that our opponent does not have Force of Will. They snap kept their hand. I'll try it. We can dance. We can dance a little bit here. We're gonna go Swamp, pass, Ancient Tomb, pass. They played not a fetch turn 1, so ups our chances. Maybe we draw a Dark Ritual or a Chromie. See what happens. That would be the nutties. Draws. Boobles and responses. Sure. I think the Counterspell deck wants to draw on my turn, not draw on their turn. Alright, well, they saw a swamp. Oh, we played the wrong swamp. They saw the snow-covered swamp. Whatever. They know we have another swamp in hand. Ooh, boy. Pass turn. Alright. No fetch land, please. If they fetch, there's an art. Wow. Really? Wow. Do they keep a one-lander? The one-land all-in super hand? Probably just like some Thoughtseize, not Thoughtseize, some Force of Will Uber package. Steam Vents tapped. Ooh, okay then. Alright, alright, alright. Make them use their counter magic on their turn. I'm down. Ancient Tomb. Pass. Alright, back to them. Show me fetch land. Don't show me Wasteland. Wasteland would be mean. Expressive, sure. Can potentially dig themselves for a fresh arena. The deck plays like 8 fetches, I think, something like that. Wasteland. Oh, rude. Opposition agent. What do you want to do about that? Would you like to counter? They daze it. Alright, that's fine. Nope, won't pay to 1. Maybe we can get the 6. I said no! Yeah, go ahead, kill it. Alright, that's fine. We got lands for days. We get to follow up with just banger, banger, banger. Their mana's back a little bit. Alright, we draw. Alright, we'll play the snow-covered swamp that they saw. Dauthi Voidwalkie. A little late to the party. Their graveyard is already a little stacky stacked. If they don't Murktide on their turn, we can perhaps draw a Soul Land and Karn a Tormod Script. Okay. A lot of hand sculpting. Wow, still no. Okay. I guess in this case, Dark Ritual would then be the best. We can play around days. Chromax. We could just attempt the Karn here, but I don't think that's where we want to go. We're going to play Karn around days. Let's throw down a Swampert, go to Combi, give him touch, clunk. We do have an expressive iteration, don't we? An expressive iteration to go to the yard. Alright, they bolt. That's fine. Alright, so that's one of the 2 bolts you need to kill Rotting Reggie. Perhaps we can get another Daze out of their hand. Line up Karn pretty nicely. Could have played Karn this turn, got that, but Daze was like super face up. Could have swore we should have had an expressive. Oh no, they played Expression before we played the Woodwalker. Right. Alright, nope, we'll not pay you the 1. End our turns. So that's a healthy number of Dazes out of our opponent's hands. Can we fade a Murktide 1 more turn? I think it's highly unlikely. Otherwise, like, what are you doing over there? Yeah. Okay. Murktide is here. Full Monty Tide. We just need them to not have counter magic, and then we can just like try and combo off. We just need like good draws. And it's not what I would consider good draws. All right. Are you out of Dazes? Are you out of Dazes? Any more Daze Force of Will? Okay. We're not dead. We're not dead. We're not dead. We take 8 here. If we draw another Karn, we can fade a bolt. We can get in Snaring Bridge, right? Yeah, we can get in Snaring Bridge. Okay. Merkladurk. Murky Durky. Swedish Chef. Bork. Alright. Carnabust. Show me Karn. Yee. Okay. Good sculpting. All the Dazes in the world. Yes, I understand. I just like a lightning bolt, honestly. Karn? For a shot? No. Alright. Well, we still have game 3. No changes. I mean, this is pretty much just what we want. I could see bringing in the second Turok Dreadcanter while we're on the play. But would I go down, honestly? I mean, like, I don't know, Rotting Reggie, I don't think I would go down anything, so. Yeah, everything else is just better. Submit! Yes, so I'd love to play first. Some nuts? Yeah, turn 1, Thoughtseize. Turn 2, Dauthis. Turn 3, Opposition Agent. It's very, very fair. Very, very fair. We're going to mulligan. We could probably do a little bit better than this. It's game 3. Let's get the goodies. This is a turn 1 Opposition Agent. Also with Thoughtseize backup, we can keep this. So, keep. We will put back... I guess in this case, we have to put back a Swamp so that we can do everything we want to do on turn 1. So we can land Chromax, under the Chromax put Dauthi Voidwalker, Thoughtseize to try and clear the way, and then have Dark Ritual Opposition Agent and just hope that's good enough. And then we just gotta draw lands. Sure. Let's do the thing. Land. Upkeep, stop. I said land. Land. Thoughtseize. They mulled to 6. All right, Force of Will, Brainstorm, Ponder. So they're most likely going to be Force of Willing our thing. I think I'm just going to have to take one of the Force of Wills. Yeah. Take a Force of Will. Chromox, cast. Would you like to force it? I do not. Okay. Underneath it goes the Dothy Voidwalkie. And we pass the turn. So if they're going to go fetch land, Steam Vents. Okay, they did not go fetch land first. Ponders chooses not to shuffle and draw a card. In this case, we're not going to use Dark Ritual to throw out the opposition agent. That way we can save our cards, and if we end up drawing a mana source, we can just leave up opposition agent. Karn the Great Creator. That almost demands a Force of Will. Interesting. Opposition agent will be forced. I think we need to play as though we're getting a soul land here. Then we can like try and ride Karn to victory. Yeah, we're gonna have to pass the turn here. Pass the turn. The double Force of Will hand. Brainstorms. Yep. Their hand is stacked again. It's kind of like one of the downsides of this deck is you kind of like blow your entire hand in almost like one go. Land Thoughtseize. This could work. Force of Negation and a Force of Will. Alright, well, we will take the Force of Will. Alright, their hand is 4 cards. Lightning, Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Negation, I do believe. Okay. Yep. See if they fetch on our end step. Thinking about it. No fetches. So this is Dark Ritual. It's your turn, so you can't force to negate this. Opposition agent. Opposition agent. Sweet. I'll take that land. Ah, right, the lightning bolt. That's kind of face up. My bad. All right, continuing on. Volcanic. Into a Brainstorm. Alright. This is specifically non-creature spell, so Karn is in a little bit of trouble. We are in a little bit of trouble, honestly. Alright, Delver, what else you got for me? What else you got? Misty Rain Foresty, huh? Okay, sure. Yep. Good old Is It Control. Let's make them use it. They're gonna be holding it until we do anyway. So turn this into a top deck war. Yep. Alright. 1 card v 1 card, 4 mana v 3 mana, top decks galore. Their deck, of course, is a little bit better at top decking than we are because of all of the Ponders and Brainstorms. Upkeep fetches for deck thinnage. Yep, we are in that world of the game. My sideboard, get down here. Get over here. Yep, I can't do anything your turn. It's 6. I'm just playing with my sideboard. Just playing with my sideboard. Express iteration. Yep, just like that. Always seems like when there's like practically no cards in the Delver hand, they just draw EI Brainstorm. I got a full mid again. That's why it's good. That's why it's good. Another land. All right. Parity on lands. They're up 2 cards to 0. We need a hitter. I mean, a hit. Shieldred. The Apocalypse. All right. Fetches to Brainstorm. Puts EI on the top of their deck. Okay. All right. Yeah, you showed me once. And then Days. Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright. So now they get to EI again. And now we've got to draw another hitter. How about some initiative? We haven't taken any initiative yet. Let's take some initiative. Another EI going on with our. Okay. There is a reason certain cards are banned. Mystic Sanctuary, too good for Modern. We have every other turn EIs. Alright, and they found a threat, so... Yes, I know. They showed me the graveyard like twice. It's like, I understand. And I know. It hurts. Alright. Come on, hitter. Ooh, and a Darcy. Alright. Hitter. Threat of sorts. I will be happy with a Seer. Seer? I mean, it's a thing. We're like still in like dead to so much. But let's start delvering. Yeah, well, how did that get there? Clunk, clunk. Good old EI. 3 turns in a row. Darcy, Darcy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're like a bit drowned at this point, but we'll play it out. We will play it out. A doodle-a-doodle-a-doo. Lightning bolt. Killing my walker. That's just rude. That was one of our combo pieces. We were kind of leaning on that. All right. Down to practically nothing. And a Thoughtseize. Alright, we'll concede. Womp, womp, womp. Alright, we'll see you all in the next match. Alrighty, we got match 4 playing against the Power 9. All of them? And we won the die roll again, so yeah, we'd love to go first. Haven't had our nutty hand yet. Is this a nutty hand? This is a turn 2 Shieldred with 1 Leyline of the Void in play and a backup Shieldred. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is fine. Still haven't faced against a staunch graveyard deck. Delver kind of is, but still have not faced against a staunch graveyard deck. All right, 1 Leyline of the Void, please. All right, and we're just going to go a snow-covered swamp and pass. Plays against the old Wasteland. But almost assuredly tells our opponent what we're doing. All right, fetches and finds. Underground Sea, okay. Thoughtseize. Well, we are protected. I guess you could take Chromox to make sure that I can't turn 2 Shieldred. Yeah. Okay. You Thoughtseize me? It's probably Doomsday at that rate. Both like die to like whatchamadoozies. This kind of fixes them. This is less replaceable though, so I guess we'll play Urberg. 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 Alright, we got the turn 2 Doomsday. Fetches. Sure. Sure. I mean, if they have the Doomsday in hand, fetching here is like not best. But I guess if they want to get a second blue in play, then yeah, okay, makes sense. Tropical Island. All right, that doesn't make me think Doomsday. Now we're leaning more towards Allurin. Now we're leaning in the Allurin pocket. Allurin pocket. Could also just be like Bug Delver. Or just Bug Midrange. Yeah, get your preordains out. Mama's coming home. Play them now. Play them now. Because you know what's coming. Maybe they're like, hopefully they're like some form of Uro pile, and we're just like, no. Uro, more like Neuro. Yeah, I got a soundboard. Alright. Playing. Thought Squeezums. And let's just fight through some Shieldreds. Shieldred. Pass the turn. You don't kill it in your upkeep? On the board. On the board. Alright, Shelly. How far can you shell? Next turn we get to Thoughtseize. Got their graveyard wrapped up here. Basically playing Mono Black midrange in this instance. Would you like to Brainstorm? I mean, I hear Brainstorm is a pretty good Magic the Gathering spell. I mean, you get to draw 3 cards for 1 mana. That's like Power 9 level of good. So, I mean, maybe you should just play Brainstorm. Then we can get some more information about what they're doing, because, like, this could be a couple different things. A little bit of a hint towards future things that are going to be coming to this YouTube channel. We're going to be playing Aspiring Spikes, Tybalt Trickery, and Pioneer List. Veil of Summer. Okay. So it's Bug Storm? Jeez. Alright. Wow. Infernal Tutor. Lethal. Ad nauseum. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Why did they could have just tutored up their, like, pieces, right? Okay. Where did Bayou go? Oh, there it is. Okay, they're at 2. Opponent. What's your plan? I feel like am I blind? Like, Lion's Eye Diamond, but oh, Bayou, right, then played a land yet for turn. Okay. All the mana back. Okay, then they Wish Claw, which costs 1, and then they Lion's Eye in response for the spell they could have got originally. Okay. Yeah, Donka. Yeah, you could have got that the first time through. You could have got that without having to do the whole ad nauseum pile like stuff. All right, a little showboaty, but we'll bring in the opposition agent here, and we will go down. Rotting Reggie. Rotting Reggie is actually pretty good. We'll go down the Turok Dreadcanter. Turn 1 Rotting can just be, like, pretty powerful here. Alright, playing against Adnaz Storm. Bug Adnaz. Buggandies. Alright, and all they saw was a fast Shieldred, essentially. Yes, I would love to play first. Thank you very much. Turn 1 Thoughtseize with a Leyline of the Void Kicker. Oh, we can do better, Mulligan. Perfect, this is better. So we'll keep this. Throw back one of the Ancient Tombs. Are they keeping their 7? Storm players keeping a hand of 7. That's just the rudest thing in the world. The utmost rude. Yeah, throw away the ugly Ancient Tomb. Ugly. Opponent? Opponent? Notice how we have only used 1.5 minutes of our time, opponent? They're running lines. They're running their storm lines, saying, okay, if I do this, then this, and then I do this, and then these 2, and then I can draw 80 cards, and then I can do this, this. Yes. And then we just go turn 1 Thoughtseize and be like, oh, what was that you had? You had a plan? You spent 2 minutes deciding to keep your hand? They mole, huh? I'm keeping. We will put the back as the ugly Ancient Home. Alright, game on. Game on. Swamp. Thoughtseize. Alright. Their own Thoughtseize. Land, Dark Writ, Cabal Ritual, Wish Tall, Lion's Eye Diamond. I think we just take the Wishclaw Talisman. Let them have like all of the mana in the world. More, they're gonna Thoughtseize away my children. Just mana v mana. If I take Thoughtseize, they go Delta, Ritual, Cabal, which puts them to 3 mana, down to 1 mana, up to 4 mana. Talisman puts them down to 2 mana, down to 1 mana, back up to 4 mana. In response to the search, they grab Tendrils, and then they've cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just tennis. I'm just gonna take the Wish Claw. Takes the Wish Claw. And pass turn. All of the manas. Here comes a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Goodbye, Shelley. Goodbye, Shelley. Mana versus mana. Yep. Mana versus mana. Plays LEDs to get it out there. Makes sense. A Leyline of the Void, huh? Alright, well, we will play a Swampy and a Passy. Alright, who draws their thingies first? Mana versus mana. But I got a ton of tutors in it, so. We have 1 combo piece. Alright. Mana, mana. We're doing something. Infernal Tutor. Alright, so now they get Adnaz and they can potentially go off here. Darn, good draw. Like, insanely good draw. Infernal Tutor? Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, what do you... What are you doing? Don't you got to crack the Lion's Eye Diamond in the response? You have 1 card in hand, so like, I mean, unless Adnaz is in your hand and you want another Adnaz, be another questionable play. But yeah, you sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond to get your 5th mana, resolve Infernal Tutor Adnaz, and then just start, you know, doing it. I guess they do need more mana after that, but they haven't played a land yet, so. Yep. And they get Past in Flames. Sure. Past in Flames works. Alright. All of the mana in the world. Infernal Tutors. They just... Tendrils. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Huh. Well, Karn the Great Creator. Yes. Helm of Obedience. Interesting. Maybe they miscounted. Like they could have thought seized first. That might have been an oopsie whoopsies. So you shut off their artifact mana, and they have one card in hand. Swiggity swooty. We're at 2, so we cannot tap this Ancient Tomb. Interesting. No way we get 8 mana this turn. We can tick down Karn to grab Mycosynthlatus and play Mycosynthlatus, actually? almost clicked through my turn there. Lattice? Alright. They must have accidentally misclicked there, because they could have thought seized us first before going right into their tendrils. Maybe they like counted wrong. Math can be hard. But you know, you take them where you can get them. You know, you take them where you can get them. I think this is the right piling. We'll submit deck. All right. Ooh, we got our initiative, so we can turn 1 Shieldred. I'm gonna double check something real quick. Double check a specific wording. Why are you being slow? Yeah. Don't think that like Shieldred's like crazy good. We get to start with a Leyline of the Void in play, and then we turn 1 a Passageway Seer. Or is it better to turn 1 a Shieldred? Alright, we'll keep it. Perform any open hand actions. Alright, they have a full 7 in there. Pretty sure they got me here. We draw Karn the Great Creator. Well, that is a better turn 1 play, actually. Let's go land. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Play around days, Karn the Great Creator. Tick down. We'll grab Liquid Metal Coating. Can one Pithing Needle ad nauseum? That's the question. Can you Pithing Needle ad nauseum MTG? Pithing Needle ad nos. It doesn't say. Oh, it does not say. I am going to get Liquid Metal Coating. And then we'll just pass turn. Okay. Alright, they can't use their artifact mana. Make this a wee bit smaller. Fetch away. Fetch away. Veil of Summer. To draw a card on our end step. Sure. Okay. Good old Cycle of Veil. Volk. Okay. Ponder. Yeah. Okay. Interesting start. We have like a fair hand over there, perhaps. Dark red, dark red, dark red, dark red. Okay. Anything else? They chose not to shuffle. Alright, we will go to us. Dothy Void Walkie. Alright, snow covered. Liquid metal coating. Target their black source. Kill it. Sweet. Pass turn. This way they can't just do like dark ritual lines. Sure, they can like do ponder stuffs, but black is like very important for their deck. Okay, land. Liquid metal coating. Let's take away their red. Past and flame stuffs. Float your blues. Okay. Pass phases. Kill it. Blue for Chain of Vapors. Ooh. You may sacrifice. Let's see this one. Then that permanent's controller may sacrifice land if they do copy this. Cancel. Okay. Dingo, dingo, bingo. Interesting that it still dies. Oh, because Karn has already targeted it, so it's still allowed. Alright. 2 Valky Islands. We draw a Rotting Reggie. Alright, combat time. Bonk. And then Reggie. Regims. Heaters. Heaters. Alright, cool. Alright, we will throw away Shelly. Draw another card. Okay. Bonk. Bastard. Can you beat it? Can you beat it? Woo! All right, 2 and 2. Going to the last one. Can we salvage this for 3-2? Let's find out together. See y'all there. All right, final match against Runkor, and we are playing first. Yes, I'd love to play first. This is a turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Thoughtseize, perhaps a quick Cantor with a Seer Kicker. Sure, keep this one. All right, they kept their 7 as well. There is my Void. We'll go Swamp. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Elves, huh? Elves. All right. Interesting. We'll take Green Sun here. And play the Elf game. All right, cool. Couple Gaia's Cradles. We get to go turn 1 Elf, and then we get to Thoughtseize again. Dark Ritual means we get to Hymn to Turok them. Interesting matchup, especially because we have like Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elves, which is not typically played in Legacy Elves. So this is just like hardcore Elves. Plague Engineer smiles and giggles in the background. Dark Ritual. Just a land. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. Alright, let's clear their hand here. So we got a new look. We'll take the Fiend Artisan. Alright. Cool, cool. So this is the Fiend Artisan Brew. Mighty nice. Pass their turn. Soul Land or Dark Ritual, please. I'll also settle for a Chrome Mox. Mystic, Cradle, Grist. That's pretty good. Grist was a draw. All right. Yeah, their own little end step stop going here. All right, and we get Shelly. Falling a little bit behind here. I don't really want to run out of Turok. But, like, they're going to be playing their Verdant and then playing a bunch of other stuff, so Turok is now just like a glorified blocker at this point, so... Thurk. Best turn. Alright, elves. Top deck galores. Fiend Artisan into Grist. Oh, why? Alright, there's the Verties. Grist wants to kill Turok, I guess? Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Cradle and Unknowns, Elf beats. Beautiful. Okay. Back to me. A beautiful, beautiful end step stop from the opponent. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Any flashy stuff? Okay. We draw. Bwomp. Alright, well, looks like they're going to have game one here. Elvesy, elvesy, elvesies. We did not find our mana. That's what we needed. Deep in the stop set. Deep, deep in the stop set. I got a doctor's appointment to go to. You make me late to my doctor's appointment? What you doing? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Yes? Alright. Pass through your turn. Grist land. Tax for 3. Yes, sirree. Alright. And we wait in their end step. The waiting room. Yeesh. Da 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 da. Alright, we draw. Upkeep stop as well. Alright, Urborg. Shieldred. That's the turn. Fetches for another Dryad Arbor. Okay. Shelly will nug him for 2 and then bring Grist down a notch. Windswept Heath. Yep. Sacrifices the insect. Tax us for 4. Oh my gosh. Elf, Druid, and Dryad. Why can't you be a Forest Dryad or Druid? That makes sense. Alright, back to the beautiful opponent end step stop. Alright, we're getting faster with it. Nice. Alright. Passageway Seer. Let's get a lifelink out there. Take the initiative. Search for land. Grab a land. Pass the turn. I have the initiative, so we make a 3/3. Of course, can attack in and take the initiative back. But the key thing is we have a 3/3 lifelinker for a couple turns, and most likely we'll be able to eat 2 of their creatures since they'll want to keep Grist alive. Okay. Now it's our end step. Alright. Pass through to them. They're drawing all their lands, that's for sure. Do they attack? They don't. Wow, we get to keep the initiative. Cool. Okay. Scrying might be good. They're just gonna like take the initiative back. So do we want to just turn this into a 5-power hunker kunker? I think I want a Lost Well. Let's scry. See if we can get like the combo win. We got like 1 piece, so. Put on bottom of library, put on top of library. Okay, cool. So that can set us up for next turn. Land. Karn the Great Creator. Take down Karn. Hope they don't have a Collector's Oof they can just snag. Yes, use Karn's ability. And we will get our Helm of Obedience. Okay, pass the turn. Do we need to attack here? If we don't attack here, we go to 3. Can tantalize them to do some trades away. They chomp. Yeah. Let's attack Grist. Chances are Grist ticks down to kill our Seer anyway. And we're just trying to fade an Oof. That's great. Perfect. Okay. Fetches. Okay, perfect mana. This can kill Karn. This can kill Karn. They should do that. We're up to 10. Fading a Collector Oof or anything that would be lethal. Crater Hoof, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not Crater Hoof would be lethal. All right. Attacks Karn down to 1. Attacks me, attacks Karn. Oh, they're gonna let me have 1 more Karn activation? Okay. Sure. Alright. Perhaps they haven't seen this combo before. Karn, of course, is not relevant for the combo, but... We're at 9. They take back the initiative. Rather not back, but for the first time. Okay. We can pass through their turn here. Land, they end their turn. Pop to us. We upkeep. We draw. Rotting Reggie. Could tick down for the Vault of Whispers. Maybe Pithing Needle's probably better. So that way, if Helm of Obedience is disrupted in some form or fashion, there's that. Nah, we'll just take up Karn. There are no other legal targets. Helm of Obedience. Activate. And mill our opponent out, unless they have instant speed enchantment removal. Sweet. Begin sideboarding. All right, playing against Fiend Elves, Plague Engineers, Opposition Agent comes in, Rotting Reggies come out, and we will go down a Turok Dread Canter. Is anything in here better than a Turok Dread Canter? Probably just mainboard Walking Ballista is a little bit better. Yeah. Mainboard Walking Ballista. Cement deck. Because, like, we could Karn for it, but we're going to be Karming we're going to be carning for combo pieces. More than likely. More than likely. Oh, man, that didn't come off. Always drink out of mason jars. That is the last of my water. All right, what do we got here? Interesting. Very interesting. We have the no land maybe hand to where we need 1 mana source to put Helm of Obedience into play turn 1. I'm gonna try this. We're gonna try this. We also have a card draw. Could have a turn 1 Helm of Obedience. Would not like to see a Force of Vigor. That would be gross. All right, Lair of the Hydra. Mystic, yes. Okay. There's the land. I'm going to go for it. Cast. Okay, we'll put the Seer under there. We will Dark Ritual. Helm of Obedience. Do you have Disruption? Set up for the old turn 2 Goldfish. So a lot of answers here. A lot of answers. And then we just need to draw lands to set up the opposition agent. Floop, floop. 6 cards in hand. Green. Woo! Wins the match! Alright, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, I'll see you all in the deck wrap up. Okay, so that was pretty fun. 3-2, satisfactory. I really do like this deck, and I think it is slotted decently well. We're definitely going to be playing it quite a bit going forward. I recently built it in paper. It's the deck that I'm going to be taking to larger tournaments to try and spike things around in the Initiative world. And I'm going back and forth between List and Initiative Prison. But Initiative is the way. I liked Passage Seer. Obviously, Ravencraft is a little bit better, but the life link is relevant. And in a lot of cases, it's better. Mainly because we are already exiling our opponent's deck as it is. So there's not really going to be an opportunity that we care about too frequently. It'll come up to where Ravencroft is exiling our opponent's creatures, and then we're dealing a little extra damage with it. So maybe a 4-mana 2/2 then 3/3/4/4 build-up lifelinker might be better than Ravencroft, but we're testing both. We'll see what ends up feeling nicer, and so far the 4 toughness has come into play many times, so it might just be better that way. Instead of just playing a creature that just gets you the initiative and then you just die. But yeah, I mean, it's just a solid deck. Maybe the next time we run this list, we'll play the hand disruption heavy list, the ones that's not playing all of these threats, just playing a bunch of Thoughtseize, Inquisitions, Duresses, and Hymn to Tarax, so that you can see both sides of the spectrum, to where we have won games with creatures, but now we can be a little bit better against the combo control lists by having a whole bunch of hand disruption. So that's what's coming up next. Next video I'm going to be posting is going to be a Tybalt's Trickery in Pioneer, so look forward to that one. And check me out on the old Twitch. We're going to go over here to the goodbye screen here. This is what we do on the end of our Twitch streams. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am HimRecoMTG. We stream here on Twitch every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If for some reason I can't go live, we have a secondary streamer, Ben. You can say hi to Ben. If you see someone's face that's not mine, it is Ben. At Twitter, at HimRecoMTG. That's when you can find if I'm going live for special occasions. I'll also post, hey, I've uploaded a new video, blah, 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 blah. And then we do Patreon giveaways every Wednesday, or at least once a week if we can't do Wednesdays. We do a Patreon giveaway. Depending on the number of patrons we have, ranges in set booster packs all the way up to pre-release kits, bundle boxes of the sorts. So check that out if you're interested in weekly raffles. And then YouTube, you're already here. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Leave a comment. Let me know what types of decks you would like to see me play. And I'll do my best to try and help you all out. So you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.